Hi friends, welcome to Pathogenesis, where we understand the disease.
Welcome to Path Bites by Pathogenesis. Today we will be doing case-based discussion on bone marrow metastasis. Bone marrow in any normal individual is involved in normal hematopoiesis, that is, the formation of blood and other blood components. Not all bones are equally involved in metastasis. Bones which are rich in red marrow, such as vertebra, proximal femur, pelvis, ribs, sternum, proximal humerus, and skull are involved in decreasing order. Bone marrow is involved due to four reasons. Firstly, there is the fenestrated structure of bone marrow sinusoids, which is highly vascular. Bone marrow microenvironment has low pH, high calcium, and low oxygen, which promote the anaerobic glycolysis on which tumor cells survive. The adhesive molecules on the tumor cell bind to osteoblast, osteoclast, and bone marrow matrix. Tumor metastasizing to the bone marrow can be remembered by the mnemonic BK Patil, where B stands for breast and bladder, K stands for kidney, P for prostate, T for thyroid, L for lung and lymphoma. In children, neuroblastoma, rhabdomyosarcoma, Ewing sarcoma, and retinoblastoma are common tumors which involve the bone marrow. One question often asked: the types of bone marrow mets. Bone marrow mets can be osteolytic, which can be remembered by the mnemonic KLM Boeing, where T stands for thyroid, K stands for kidney, L for lung and lymphoma, M for myeloma and melanoma, and B for breast. Mets can be osteoblastic, which can be remembered by the mnemonic 3B's lick pollen, where each of the B stands for bladder, bowel, brain, lung, and P for prostate. Breast and GI can have mixed version of bone mets. Now the question arises as when to suspect a bone marrow mets in a cancer patient. Patients can be asymptomatic, however, they may also have bone pains, which is worst at night and is the most common symptom. Pathological fractures can occur. Bone mets can cause spinal cord compression. They can cause hypercalcemia, which causes constipation, nausea, and vomiting. Myelocytic anemia, which is anemia due to infiltration by bone marrow, can occur. This causes unexplained cytopenia. A case of bone marrow mets may show anemia, thrombocytopenia, and leukopenia on CBC. Peripheral smear may show teardrop cells, NRBCs, or shift to left. Bone marrow aspirate is often dry tap due to fibrosis. However, metastatic clusters may be observed both on aspirate as well as biopsy. X-ray is the fastest and cheapest method to detect bone marrow metastasis. However, it is inefficient to detect any mets which is less than 1 cm in diameter. A bone scan has high sensitivity, however, it has very low specificity, causing a false positive rate of as much as 40%. Next, coming to the CT, MRI, and PET CT, these modalities are better than the above two. However, CT has been known to have highest sensitivity. MRI is good to detect spinal cord compression. PET CT directly assesses the tumor property and is considered the gold standard to detect bone marrow metastasis. Our case was a 65-year-old male with abdominal distension and B symptoms, large intra-abdominal lump, multiple retroperitoneal inguinal lymph nodes, largest measuring 10.9 into 5 cm, which compressed the ureter, causing hydronephrosis, along with multiple lesions in the liver. CBC was within normal limits. PS showed few NRBs and no atypical cells. KFT was deranged, however, LFT was within normal limits. A preliminary clinical diagnosis of non-Hodgkin lymphoma was kept. The bone marrow micropictograph showed focal clusters of metastatic tumor cells. These cells were noticed as they were very distinct from the normal hematopoietic cells. They were in tight cohesive clusters and were large in size. They also had high nuclear chromatin ratio with large pleomorphic nucleus with 0 to 1 prominent nucleoli and moderate amount of vacuolated cytoplasm. On the basis of these findings, a diagnosis of carcinoma metastatic was given and evaluation of primary and lymph node biopsy were advised. Unfortunately, the bone marrow biopsy was inadequate in our view. On further evaluation, the patient showed elevated beta-HCG, LDH, and AFP levels. Biopsy of inguinal lymph node revealed sheets of large polygonal tumor cells with abundant vacuolated cytoplasm and large pleomorphic nucleus. IHC done showed negative results for LCA or CD45, positive for CD117, negative for CD30, and bright positive for SAL4. Based on these findings, a diagnosis of germ cell tumor metastatic to lymph node, liver, and bone marrow was made. Testicular tumors metastasize to retroperitoneal mediastinal lymph nodes. Lungs, liver, and GI tract, spleen, and adrenal glands may also be involved. Bone marrow as a site of metastasis for germ cell tumors is very rare. Various studies by authors like Hitchens, O'Shell, and Killiclep, who studied metastatic testicular and extragonadal germ cell tumor, found that none of their patients had bone marrow metastasis. Non-seminomatous germ cell tumor has been reported to cause bone marrow metastasis in 3 cases till date. To the best of our knowledge, this is the 3rd case of testicular germ cell tumor metastasizing to bone marrow.
Thank you for watching. If you liked our video, please share and also subscribe so that you never miss any of the pathogenesis uploads. Pathogenesis, helping you to understand the disease.